There's something in your ear. My iPhone 13 mini? Let's call New Jersey representative, Democrat turned Republican, Congressman Jefferson Van Drew. But before I do that, I must summon the Sigma within me.
I can feel it. The Sigma courses through my veins. Now I am ready to call my state representative and leave a message.
Thank you for calling the office of Congressman Jefferson Van Drew. We are not available to take your call right now, but please leave a brief message including your name, phone number, and address, and someone on our staff will return your call. Again, thank you for calling the office of Congressman Van Drew, and have a great day.
This is a message for Congressman Jefferson Van Drew. Hi, Jeff. I've got something to say to you. With the power of my First Amendment right, freedom of speech, I declare you, Jefferson Van Drew, beta cuck, once a Democrat, now a Republican, always beta cuck. Okay. Bye. I grew up in a very conservative, Republican, religious household. My first ever protest was when I don't even know how old I was. I was a little boy, old enough to know it happened, but young enough to not really remember. And the first protest that I ever went to was against abortion. Because my parents took me, a child, without any knowledge of anything, to Washington, D.C. for the March for Life. They gave me a little boy instead of a board game or a toy or, I don't know, maybe a football. They gave me a sign with hateful anti-abortion propaganda. And I just held it in the cold in Washington, D.C. when I should have been at home playing with friends. And that's when, I should have been having a normal childhood, but I was in that weird area. And I grew up around that. And as I got older and older, I realized, I don't know if I realized it, but I was like, I'm not going to this shit, bro. What the fuck? And Because honestly, at the end of the day, the people, once I was old enough to like look around, I'd be like, these people are fucking crazy. They're cuckoo, weirdos. They're weird. And they're nasty and they're mean and they're irritable and they are crazy. Sorry. I was there, and yes, I saw that piece of dust fly by me. But yeah, man, crazy, man. And I'm all for religious rights, man. And that's my thing. Like, especially, I grew up in a strict religious household. You can't watch SpongeBob. That shit's gay. And then my mom watches it and she's like, wait, SpongeBob's actually so funny. And then now I'm allowed to watch SpongeBob. And I couldn't watch certain movies, but I could watch Die Hard and Jaws, which had like violence and cursing. But I couldn't watch other things. And then I couldn't watch Harry Potter because it's like evil. Until some guy, some Catholic dude was like, no, Harry Potter's actually like Jesus and blah, 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 blah. And then my mom was like, oh, actually, Harry Potter's awesome. Right? Flip, flop, much like Jeff. And I just grew up, I was like, you guys don't stand on anything, man. It's very convenient, right? I don't know where I'm going with this, but so I grew up like that and just further detached myself from this, and I felt, I don't know. I just don't know what anyone's excuse is. I don't know, maybe they're just beta cucks and maybe I'm just a Sigma. But 10 years ago, which is crazy, 10 years ago I went to my first like political like rally and event that I went to. Like I was like 18 and I was an adult finally. Could vote, and so I graduated high school, and I went to a Bernie Sanders rally in Philadelphia, and actually met up with my high school English teacher, Mr. Winters, PV Winters. He's an amazing man, and he sadly passed away, and I miss him a lot. But he was the first man I looked up to, first adult grown up I looked up to, and I was like, wow, that's a good guy. It's like a really good guy. And then I just realized I'm still Sigma. I'll keep it. I'll be Sigma. Also, the phone call, you and I can hear my Sigma energy, but not on the voicemail. That just sound like me. Which is still Sigma, of course, because the Sigma's within all of us. And I did call, actually, before the bill was passed. It was like right when it was passed. And just had a pointless, condescending conversation with a staff member at Jeff's office. And it was a big waste of time. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I apologize. It was not Sigma of me. I'm sorry. I get gassy. But yeah, I still, it's good to call up your congressperson's office, guys, every once in a while, or send those emails. You just look it up. You got it. It's good to do that, guys. And we're just having fun, silly fun time tonight. And I think the message is like less than a minute, so I was gonna go off. I was gonna be like, Jeff, I've seen your YouTube channel and I have more subscribers than you. And Jeff on his YouTube channel his videos get like 20 views. Broke. He's gonna cut my Medicaid. And I get more views than him. What the fuck? No. But, and he has no comments on his videos. I'm like, bro, you don't even have enough views to do that. Like, what do you think you are? Like Shane Dawson or something? I don't know. Anyways, so, 20 views and disabling comments is crazy. I'm just saying, come on, guys. Maybe we'll call him again. I don't know. But yeah, at Bernie Sanders rally, I was like, wow. This is the first time in my life I felt like I was like proud to be an American, because I felt like, oh wow, this is what it's about. It's about, you know, standing up for what's right and for the people, for your neighbor, you know, or just a dude at the freaking dermatologist office waiting room, like just people you don't even know, just caring about your fellow man, you know, and standing up against the big bully, you know, the big mean rich kid who's got all the toys and all the money and all that. Like, it just feels so simple. And you know, just felt right. And I wasn't like you know, I didn't even have like TikTok or something, you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't really on Twitter, so it's not like I was like radicalized to be like a socialist, communist, like Sigma. Like, I just naturally, like, I don't know, was just like, okay, this seems like the, you know, normal way to live life and to treat people and blah blah blah. And at the time, and now it's happening again, you'll see it with Mamdani in New York City, you know, Democrats were attacking Bernie Sanders, obviously, you know, and they it's just like, it's just not about Democrat, Republican, obviously. It's about, you know, you've seen him. Bernie Sanders says it better. That's what I'm saying. I'm not well spoken and I'm not educated, I feel like, enough to even talk about anything. But yeah, so you know, I got diagnosed, I've talked about it before, I got diagnosed with POTS a few years ago, but I went through 3 years of being misdiagnosed and kind of I went through the healthcare system during the pandemic, prime, like 2020. I was trying, like, I felt, and I had United Healthcare. It was on my parents' health insurance, and then I got kicked off my parents' health insurance. But yeah, had a pretty nightmarish time, and then I was finally diagnosed correctly, and you know, it's been a year and a half of me, you know, treating my POTS, but it's been, you know, 4.5, I guess, years of having it, you know. So I'm not working really, you know. I do gigs every now and then at home and stuff, but my job that I went to school for and that I have all these, you know, also I went to school, I had the Pell Grant, you know what I mean, which, you know, is supposed to be cut now with this new bill, but my point is, I couldn't do the job standing and holding a boom pole. You know, I was doing video stuff for the city of Philadelphia, holding a camera, holding a boom pole, and standing for hours doing that. I actually loved it so much, and then I started, like passing out and stuff because of my POTS. And so I've had to rethink, and I've accepted that's my life. I'm working on it. I'm gonna get better, and I want to work full time again, and I want to do things, but I do worry that I will lose my Medicaid in a year or two. So it stresses me out, and I feel disappointed and discouraged, and overwhelmed when I go on my phone because my algorithms know that this attracts my attention, and so I can go on my phone and I just want to watch some funny videos, and then all of a sudden I'm like depressed, and so I just want to say to a Sigma never gives up. Sigma does not give in to despair. So there's also lots to be excited about, like what happened in New York City with Mom Donnie, and history's happening, guys, and we're here, all right? So like I said, I'm just kind of a stupid guy in general. Like, I'm not even a smart guy, I don't think. So I just kind of rambling, I guess. But yeah, just want to make a little silly video, talk a little, and I'll make some more silly videos, and music and stuff, and I'm gonna try to keep going, and everybody else, you guys keep going, and we'll definitely have some more Sigma conversations.
Brain goes numb, mind is gone. I am done. Oh, I forgot the words. Brain goes numb, mind is gone. I am dumb, I am wrong. Why'd I go and say it like that?
Ooh.